It's Week 12 of the National Football League, and we'll see Isaiah Pacheco. He's the NFL's ultimate red zone back and your leader in rushing touchdowns. It's the Panthers and the Falcons, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
Thank you to Trey Mosley for the introduction. We are indeed excited to welcome you to another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. So good to have you with us. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson. Matchup of a couple of teams, Greg, with one big thing in common. A new head coach from a season ago. These are always the seasons we want to see how they play out, how they can implement their plan going in.
And more often than not, Mike, as we all know, when you find yourself in position to make a coaching change, it's because the previous few seasons did not go according to plan. So the question is, did they find the right new head coach to lead them in this next era for their organization? These two teams today are hoping that this goes a long way into deciding, do they have the right guy pulling the strings? Because if you do, if you have a head coach and a quarterback, you can win for a long time in this league.
Here is Cam Little, ready to get this thing started. And off we go from Charlotte. From the 6, here comes a return. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Falcons set to take over here on offense. They'll be led out by the lefty from the University of Washington. It's Michael Penix.
If his preparation for this game is any indication of how he's going to perform today, Mike, they're going to be hard to beat. He played really well last week, but when we talked to his coaches, they told us, they're like, he has lived here all week. He has taken his level of play even up another notch. And if he can continue to operate this system, continue to get all of his weapons involved, this leadership, this ability to lead by example, it's going to rub off on the rest of this offense. I think they're going to have a good chance of changing from last week's loss to coming away today with a victory.
Pitts is the man in motion. They'll run it for the first time with Bijan Robinson. And he's taken down, but just shy of midfield.
When we met with these coaches during the week, Mike, they told us the emphasis this week about getting the run game going early. And we see it here. Nice first play pickup, fresh set of downs.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Another run here for Robinson. Oh, no, right at the start, he loses the football. The Panthers have it.
And as you can see with that fumble, Mike, it really just goes back to the fundamentals of how they're taught to carry the ball. And they talk about the points of pressure. And the biggest thing really, Mike, is you want the front tip of the ball, the part where your fingers cover, to always be higher than the back tip of the ball. So often you see that front tip go down, and it makes it so much easier for that defender to kind of rake it out. So you want pressure against the outside of the ball, both tips, the inside of the ball, and then keep that front point up.
The Panthers now ready to get to work on offense for the first time. And they're led by Bryce Young, the #1 overall pick, Greg, out of Alabama back in 2023.
When he was taken as the first overall pick in the draft a couple years ago, Mike, certainly was not because of his physical stature. It was because of his mind. It was because of his processing ability. It was because of all the intangibles that they believed they saw in his days coming out of Alabama. Now, he's gotten some experience under his belt from a rookie year that had its ups and downs. He has all the talent in the world. Now he's got to go out and just capture it and make it happen.
Right to the air goes Young. His throw on first down is going to be incomplete.
They told us this week they were going to try to come out fast, and tell you what, that's exactly what they did. Put immediate pressure on this secondary and let them know, hey, all game long today, you better defend every blade of grass because we're coming out firing. And even though that ball falls incomplete, it goes a long way in setting up the rest of this game plan as the game unfolds.
Throwing on second down, Young in trouble, and down he goes.
Quarterback's having a hard time establishing any sort of rhythm here early against this defense. He fails to connect on the first down pass. They give him another opportunity through the air on second, and it gets even worse. If they can't protect the quarterback and they can't get him some easy completions, it just makes everything for this play caller that much more difficult.
Oh, got him again the second time with a sack on this opening drive. On now is the punt team for the Panthers. As this drive went backwards, he's on to kick it away. And it's a good return here, able to take it across the 50 and set up the offense with a short field. Here's Bijan Robinson, and the Falcon offense set for their next drive. As we give you a look at the league's leaders in receiving touchdowns, you can see he's second best among NFL running backs at this point in the year. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
Running back looked a little unsure of himself on that carry there, Mike. You have to think back to that fumble earlier in the game. How much is that still weighing on his mind? He didn't really seem to attack that hole like we've seen in the past. He gets stopped. No gain.
And once again, they try the same runner. They get the same result. Back-to-back carries of no gain. Now it's third down. From the gun, here is Penix. And this ball incomplete on third down.
His offense is doing everything they can to quiet this crowd, and even though they missed on that long attempt, at least it sets the tone that they're going to continue to attack. If they can come up with a completion on one of those downfield passes, it's going to go a long way to settling themselves into this game.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10.
Here we go.
They'll run with the former 7th-round draft pick, Isaiah Pacheco. And he'll be taken down at the 11-yard line.
This is already a little better than the first time they had the ball, Mike. Remember, opening possession, 3 and out. Showing some signs of life here now. Nice pick up there by the back to pick up the first down.
Receiver in motion, going right. Once again, it's Pacheco. And they're going to get him down this time. Not as easy as the last carry. This time they drop him behind the line of scrimmage. Second down.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
On second down, Young. Open man, downfield is Leggett. And they're going to move this all the way up near the 35-yard line.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice first down pickup.
Ball out to the 35-yard line as they come up for 1st and 10. Here's Young. They're trying to set up the screen here with Pacheco. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. But think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
They'll run the draw with Pacheco. He'll take this down to the 47. The linebacker, Jerome Baker, there to make the play. Here's 2nd and 9.
Here we go. Here we go. Cut, cut.
On play action, Young. A throw on the move is caught. And he'll be taken down. And that's going to do it. That's the last play of the first quarter. They'll come up here, 1st and 10.
Let's go. Hey, cross field. Set, go.
On the handoff, this is Pacheco. Looked like a lateral there, but now it's a free football. And the defense has it.
Something these running back coaches preach all the time, Mike, is you can't sacrifice the ball for additional yardage, and I think we had a case of that going here. I love the effort. I love the fight, but it can't come at the expense of the ball. Everything in football is about protecting the ball itself, and in this case, just a little. Loose with it, they're able to pop it loose, and that's a big turnover.
The drive will begin here with a run by Robinson. And he'll get this to about the 36-yard line. Trevin Wallace in on the tackle. Hook him up on a 2nd down and 8. They'll go again with Robinson. And a good tackle out wide will hold him to a gain of just 3. Here's a 3rd down and 4. From the gun, it's Penix. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag comes in. That might make this a 1st down. Pitts is the man in motion. On 1st down, it's Penix. He's got this to Bijan Robinson. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Play action. It's Penix. That'll be caught by the running back, Robinson. He's going to be taken down at about the 30.
The ability to generate explosive plays is the greatest correlation with the ability to score points. So every defense nowadays is trying to say, cannot let them throw the ball over our head. What does that do? Gets you a little bit more depth in your drops. Makes it a little bit easier for some of these check down pickups.
Now the lefty Penix on first down. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up second down. Pitts is the man in motion. They're going to go play action with Penix. He'll get this out to his running back. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line.
And this is what modern-day running back looks like in the NFL. They want to be able to activate these players in the passing game, no different than they do with the tight ends and the wide receivers. When you look out there and you have a mismatch, you have a linebacker. Or
to the back of the end zone. He's got it. Touchdown, Atlanta. That his first touchdown this year. Greg, it's one of those, sometimes you got to feel like you know where the ball's going to go, and the defense knows it too, but it still ends up in that guy's hands for the touchdown.
Absolutely, Mike. In these critical situations, like down here in the red zone, it's players, not plays. It doesn't matter what you draw up on the board. You say, okay, who's my best player? Put him in a good matchup, let him go win, and give him a chance. That's exactly what they do here, and I think we're going to see a lot of this the rest of the game.
Now, for the point after. He's got it. And the Falcons will take a 7-0 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. He fields it at the 8. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. The Panthers offense and their running back Isaiah Pacheco head out for the next drive. He is the NFL leader in rushing to this point in the season, so he's hoping to put together a solid second half to try to take home the title. First and 10 now from the 36. Here's Young to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him.
This offense just continues to struggle to find any sort of rhythm. And now part of it is self-inflicted wounds, but the vast majority of their struggles has just been their inability to pass protect. You can't expect your quarterback to settle into the game and have any confidence operating out of the pocket when the second he hits his back foot, the play's over.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long.
Ready. Ready.
Out of the shotgun, Young. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line.
I think the most frustrating element to all of this is when you look downfield, there's guys open. There's plays to be made downfield in the passing game, but quite frankly, the pass protection has just been so bad that they haven't been able to take advantage of any of it.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. To throw is Young. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. And he'll be brought down. Short return, and they'll take over there. Here's 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Penix. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call. Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes, so give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
Oh, and that throw not able to be pulled in. It's incomplete. Looked like he may have got a little ahead of himself there, and it's going to bring up 4th down. And this is going to work out for him. Out of bounds, and they'll mark it inside the 10. The Panthers offense headed back to take over once more. They'll have a long field ahead of them as they start 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Young. He got it to Mingo. It's complete. 18 yards. What a great way to start the drive. It's a 1st down. Throwing is Young. The coverage too strong that time. The ball batted away and incomplete. Jatavian Sanders was the intended receiver. And it'll be 2nd down.
Here we go.
Off the play fake. Here's Young. That's thrown right side, but incomplete.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
So after back-to-back incompletions, it is now 3rd and 10. To throw is Young. That's into the hands of Mingo. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield. Young to throw on 1st and 10. That's to the left side, hauled in by Leggett. And he's out of bounds in great shape, down at the 15-yard line. A huge play just before the half. 36 yards. Line of scrimmage is the 15. It's 1st and 10. To throw, Young. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
This is caught at the 2. And he'll take it on in. Xavier Leggett. Touchdown, Panthers.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. Two guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Falcons offense going to take over here in the final minute of this first half. They'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. Short throw taken by Pitts. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Throwing is Penix. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Pressure certainly impacted the quarterback there. Couldn't get his arm all the way through. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Third and 2. And Penix. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and it's also give some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
The Panthers offense and Xavier Legette headed back onto the field. And it may be time for this defense to start throwing a second defender at him, maybe. Look at what he's done. Whatever the defense has tried in the first half, it hasn't worked. First and 10. Now Young. He's going to look for the home run ball. That is hot. And he's going to be brought down inside the 15. Down at the 12. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. Ready?
Now Young. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
Well, if you're going to target him in the end zone, you better come correct, man, because this guy, he embraces those moments of one-on-one coverage when it matters the most, and I think he just saved 6 by getting his hands on that one.
Welcome to the show.
Back to the air, it's Young. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half.
You have to come down with those opportunities. You're not going to get your hands on the ball very often as a defensive player. And when you do, let alone in the end zone, those are plays you just have to make.
After back-to-back incompletions, they now face 3rd down and 10.
Blue striker. Smash. Red. Set.
Look at play action with Young. That's in the end zone and intercepted. That's the safety, Jesse Bates. And nothing will come of this last-ditch attempt at some points. Time runs out in this first half.
All right, Michael, we'll get back to you and Greg in just a little bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll start.
And instead, why don't we get right back to it as we'll get ready for the 3rd quarter. A touchdown apiece. 7-7 the score as we begin half number 2. This will be returned from the 6. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Panthers offense and Bryce Young set for their next possession. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long.
Ready. Ready.
They'll start on the ground with Pacheco.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground. Like, there was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
Let's go now. Ready, go. Cut.
Here's Young. Now he'll run it.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
Backfield empties. 5 receivers in the formation for 3rd down and 5. Here's Young. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. A gain there of 11. It's good for a Panther 1st down.
That's good for a Carolina Panther.
Young. He'll let one go down the middle. And the Falcons are going to get this back at their own 34-yard line.
You know, Mike, I like the early aggressive play call to start this second half. I think anytime you find yourself in a tie ball game, you want to be the team that strikes next. In this case, it backfires. They have the turnover. Now it's their defense that's taking the field, and they're going to have to come up with a stop and keep this game all squared up. I think at some point for this quarterback, he has to start looking some other directions. I mean, he's tried to get the ball now to this guy multiple times, and all of them have resulted in incomplete passes. I'm not saying don't throw it to him in the future, but maybe get yourself a couple easy completions elsewhere before you look back in his direction.
A throw here, right side, falls incomplete.
Even though it doesn't result in a sack, when you dial up the right pressure at the right time, Mike, sometimes that's all it takes to lead to that incompletion. The timing is just a little off between the quarterback and his intended target, and the ball falls incomplete.
On 3rd down, Penix. He'll try to run for it. He fumbled the football. The Panthers have it. Well, that changed quickly. A terrific scramble, getting downfield, picking up yardage, but then dropping the football. It comes out, and the defense comes up with the recovery.
There's not many quarterbacks in the league, Mike, that can make that play with their legs. It's just such a shame that at the end of that run, he fails to protect the ball. The defense is able to jar it loose and take it away of what otherwise was a pretty fantastic play there by that quarterback.
Here we go, set.
On the ground to start the drive with Pacheco. And a good, hard run. He would not be denied. Surging forward to pick up 8.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
And he's got it. 1st down. A pickup of 4.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the 1st down.
On play action, Young. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete. The pass intended for Xavier Legette. It's second down. On play action, he'll set up to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
Ready.
Back to throw. Young. He's got his man. That's Legette. He had their lone touchdown of the game earlier, and he comes through with the catch and a first down in this spot.
That's good for a Carolina Panther.
Out of the pistol, it's Pacheco. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. Second down and 8. They'll run with Pacheco. He'll turn this into a gain of about 4. It's going to lead to third down. Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line.
Let's go.
Here's a toss to Pacheco. And a good tackle out wide will hold him to a gain of just 3. They face second down and 7.
Ready, go.
Here's a handoff to Pacheco. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. Got to get it to the 28, but now it's third down.
Ready?
Here's Young to throw. And he's going to be taken down, a sack on what likely will wrap up play in this third quarter. So, points at a premium. Defensive battle so far as we are through 3. We'll return with more after this. This is the... Possibly the play of the game right here. It is 4th down. They'll go. Young. He's got his tight end. That's Sanders. And he's going to have a Panthers first down. They'll have it by a lot. It turns out to be a big gainer on 4th down.
And that right there is going to end up probably being the play of the game either way, Mike. I mean, think if you fail on that 4th down, you give the ball to your opponent. All they need to do is come away with a field goal, and you lose in regulation. But this coach, he's not playing for a tie. He's not playing for overtime. He's saying, I got the ball late in the 4th quarter. I'm putting the trust in my offense to not only extend this drive, but to go out and try to win this game.
And he'll get about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5.
Set, hut. Ready.
They'll stay on the ground and stay with Pacheco. Nice move, slips a tackle, gets forward for a gain of 2. Wow, an important one coming here. Tie game, late, and this is 3rd down. They'll try and run it here with Pacheco. And he's going to go backwards, taken down at the 6.
This ball carrier just didn't want to go down. And this defense, they had to throw everything they had at him, Mike. He just kept fighting and fighting. But finally, when they were able to get him on the ground, they were able to do it for a loss.
Here we go. Six, Madden. Six.
On 4th down, Young. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag comes in. That might make this a 1st down.
Come on, set. Hut, hut.
Getting the tight end involved in the run game here. And he will fight his way to the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Greg, every touchdown counts the same, but the ones you get in the 4th quarter, they are the ones that feel a little more important.
Yeah, now that pressure shifts to your defense, your offense was able to go out and get the lead here late. Does your defense have enough left in them to get one more stop?
So the lead is 7 now. Here in this 4th quarter, the tie has been broken. Let's see what happens on this kickoff. Whoa! Oh, very good field position to start as the return is past the 40. Here comes the Atlanta offense now. They get set to take over once more. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a 1st down. From the gun, it's Penix. Over the middle, that's his tight end, Pitts. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Penix. There's a throw right side. It's going to be incomplete.
Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL. And if they want to find themselves having any chance of getting back into this game and winning this one, he's going to have to get a lot better with the ball.
He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down. Throwing again, it's Penix. And this is too far over the end line. It's incomplete.
They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
Jones motioning here. Again, it's Penix. He pulls it in around the 5. And he will win the race to the pylon. He's in. Drake London. Touchdown Falcons. A huge touchdown there in the 4th quarter, and now just a point away from tying the game.
And that's one of those drives, Mike, where you know your best is needed. Can you come through here late and give your team a chance? They're an extra point away from tying this thing up, and we got ourselves a ball game.
So they're not level yet. A critical extra point attempt to follow. The kick is good, and that will tie this game here in the fourth quarter. All even. Fourth quarter, everything we've wanted. What's in store in the remaining time? He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. They'll come up for 1st and 10.
Set, ready.
A run with Pacheco. And he winds up dancing and spinning out of a tackle. Winds up getting 8 yards on that one. Good run.
34-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
They'll drop to throw. That one complete to Leggett. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the 1st down. Out of the shotgun, Young. That is knocked away, incomplete. Good coverage there defensively, all over him. And it'll be 2nd down.
All right, so this is why you get paid the big bucks. These are the possessions as a quarterback you need to deliver for your team. Everybody talks about 2-minute. Everybody drills it every single week. But when it comes down to this moment in the game, your quarterback needs to be on point, and after that 1st down incompletion, it just makes things that much harder.
A 2nd down throw for Young. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
The game is there for the taking. They control their own destiny, but this brings up a really big 3rd down here. But remember, they don't have to force it and push the ball past the sticks. Even if they come up short, they still have 4th down in their back pocket to try to extend this drive and see if they can pull out the win here late.
Off the play fake. Here's Young. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line. They still have all 3 timeouts, and here we go with 1st and 10.
Ready?
To throw is Young. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
Great job there defensively, separating the man from the ball. And this is the moments of the game where you need your best players to step up. And this guy's showing what he's capable of doing in the game's critical moment.
Throw over the middle, and they can't connect. It's incomplete.
Just seems like another case of predetermining where the quarterback is going to go with the ball. He had a lot of good route options on that last concept. I think if he just remains a little bit more patient, read the play out, let it unfold, will lead to some easier and better completions.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. Here's a shot toward the end zone. And that is incomplete.
And in this situation, Mike, with time running down, an incompletion here is not the worst thing in the world. Remember, you're already well within scoring range. Now you're just trying to get as close as possible. You can't take a sack, and of course you can't turn it over. So if it's not there, just throw it away.
Let's go. Ready.
To throw is Young. He's got it at the 7. Falcons go ahead and take their second timeout. Clock stops with 33 seconds remaining. Terrific day throwing the ball, and the numbers now show it over 300 yards passing in this one. Here is 1st and goal. Now a handoff, the tight end in the running game. And this is a touchdown. They were not going to be denied, and they have taken the lead here in the final minute of play. Extra point by Little is good. Panthers have broken the deadlock as they move out to a 21-14 lead. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. Here comes a return from the 5. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Falcons offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They'll start out 1st down and 10. From the gun, here is Penix. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down. Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short game.
The offense having a tough time with this noise. It's 3rd and 6. Going up top. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
And that's exactly how you teach it. They want these defenders to time the hit, that right when the ball gets there, you separate the receiver from the ball. And those are the ones on offense, man. You just have to make that catch, Mike. I know it's easier said than done, but you know the hit's coming. You've got to squeeze that thing, brace for impact, and make that play for your offense. Finding yourself down to your final timeout, this is the moment. This is the drive that you have to find a way to extend if you're going to claw yourself back into this game. But the defense comes up with a huge stop, and that will all but end this game.
Now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. On the ground, here's Pacheco. And he'll be brought down there, and that'll put a wrap on this one. Time has expired in this 4th quarter. So it's over. It's a win for the Panthers. Their winning ways continue. They've yet to be stopped as they remain unbeaten in the month of November. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Panthers are winners, as we say, so long from Uptown Charlotte.